time to go. World 3 is our
Great.
first destination.
And we have both fortresses in striking distance. I do not like that. I do not like that lock blocking the pipe. That pipe is going to lead to Wendy.
I do not like it either. We do start off with 4F2, though. That's a whole lot better than starting off with Atlantis, I'll tell you that much.
It's just a bunch of undead. It's fine.
Alright, gamercal over here with the right side, Tapatio left side. Yeah, both of them getting the orb at the same time, done with the fort. And of course, it breaks that lock.
Checking pipes. Where do pipes go? We do not know yet. No one checked them. Oh wait, that one there's a bridge missing there. There's nothing in the way to Wendy anymore. But we're going through both fortresses anyway. Hello, World 6 Fort 2. You're not in World 8 for once.
For now. I mean, we could still deal with 6F1 in World 8.
And at 6F3 in World 8. Can't rule that out.
Why give them the worst fort of all?
I mean, you know. Are you sure World 6 Fort 3 is the worst fort? I'm pretty sure some people would fight you on that.
What would they say?
Possibly World 7 Fort 2 or World 8 Fort, depending on who it is.
Well, I'm talking of the World 6 forts.
Okay, of the World 6 forts, you're not wrong.
Thank you.
But I thought you were talking overall.
No, not overall. 7F2 is our or 7-2 is our next destination. Hi there, buddy.
almost, you know, taking a bite out of Tapatio. Tapatio is going to have to do this very scary thing. But
gamercal got through though. He flew over.
He does not have to worry about the very scary thing.
And we head on over to this pipe. And this pipe has to take you to Wendy at this point.
There's nowhere else it can go.
There it is. Which one do we get? Hi, Airship 1.
Not that bad, especially if it's a heavy Wendy. That's, like, nearly ideal.
gamercal going for some firepower. We'll see if he uses it up against... Oh, hammer for Tapatio!
Well, gamercal not even giving Wendy the chance to jump. Sensor packing with fire strats. Tapatio right behind him. With that hammer in tow. That could come in real handy in World 2.
Yeah. I mean, it could come in handy in World 6 coming up in shortly, too. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Both of them done with Wendy. But once again, that hammer could come into play. Tapatio would really love for the hammer to be worth something this seed after last seed coming up empty.
Instead, we get World 1 with a fort blocking off the bridge. So we had to take it. Thankfully, this is still not that... Yeah, this is 2F. It's not that long. And we only have 2 stages between here and the airship, so it's not a very long World 1.
People complaining about the easy Wendy. Oh well, I mean, we had a 4-hit Wendy the last seed, and she had Earthquake. Let's make it a little easy for these runners. Get them into a false sense of security in case we go to a game 3.
So far, this seed is not nearly as rude.
Like I said, let's get them a straightforward seed this time around after the madness that they had last go around.
Cheep Cheep just coming up to say hi. Goodbye, Big Bertha. And goodbye, Lag Blooper. Tapatio will not be that far behind.
Yeah, I think after the last seed right now, these two would like to be right next to each other. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is still a long run. We're only 4 minutes deep into this thing.
Okay, okay. Oh, hello, 3-9. How do you feel about 3-9?
Depends on the enemies. You put in the fire chomps and the various enemies of that sort, go away. At least this scene seems somewhat tame.
I mean, it's not like, 30 Paragoombas.
Paragoombas are annoying, but
I'd rather
at least
deal...
it's still not fire chomps.
Just as I mentioned Paragoombas, one just bonks Tapatio in the face. Yes, they do.
And that's why I'd rather... I mean, they're still not a great enemy to deal with, but still, I'd rather deal with them over fire chomps.
I'd rather deal with fire stuff than Paragoombas.
Speaking of fire stuff, that's what gamercal just dealt with. Get some music box out of that.
Oh, dude.
How did Tapatio make it through there without taking a hit?
I don't know. We have Airship 2 on gamercal's side. Yeah, but iframes don't last that long.
Those were beautiful, sweet iframes. It's beneficial here to Tapatio as he gets through the fire with his power-up still intact. gamercal trying... Oh, that's a nice launch right there. Trying to keep himself and finish off.
This 5-hit Larry.
4 hits. There's the 4-hit turd.
I think it was 5.
If it's a 5, then I can't count.
Well, we may see on top of the... Yeah, okay. 1 hit. 2 hit. 3 hit.
Then I can't count.
It was a 4-hitter, but Tapatio finished him off with fire
Tapatio
fog.
because he used the fire.
gamercal getting delivering the wand. And is getting the star for his trouble. Ooh, I don't like that fortress position. Get that
It's
out.
not a great fortress position, but this is where we're going to see Tapatio
Wait, this fort cannot be in the way, though. It's World 1 fort.
That's right, yes, because you're going to be able to... The lock can't be in the way at this point, but gamercal's going to have to play this straight. Try to do a clip. Got no clip, so he's just going to play this straight now.
Tapatio also taking this fort. May realize the same thing.
Yeah, well, the thing is that when you take a look at this fort, immediately your thought is this is not going to be 1F, and then you pop inside, and there it is.
Also, there's another thing I noticed. That pipe, the other pipe is not on this first screen, which means it's on the second screen, which means that hammer is, again, useless here.
And boy, is it ever. Pyramid's in the vanilla spot, though, and it turns out to be 4 or 5.
Which I believe this 4 or 5 is like one of the only levels, possibly the only one, where the homing bills show up.
Yeah, it is.
No, they would not have soft clock because the seed is like... Logic is set up that if you get the item in World 1 fort, it will not block you from finishing the world, and thus the seed.
Yeah, which means the lock had to be somewhere in a spot that you could get around it.
Now, if it was to the north or south of the pipe, we don't know. Because if it was to the south of the pipe, it could have extended the level a bit.
Paranoia? What's that weird thing that gamercal just got?
That was a cloud. Oh my goodness, they do exist.
We saw none of them in Game 1. Now, Tapatio has the lead because he did not do the hammer bro, I believe. So, Tapatio has a hammer in his arsenal. gamercal has a cloud. We'll see if either one of those come into play as we move along.
If nothing else, gamercal will probably use that cloud to get to the last airship. Because it has little use in World 8 normally. Whew. Unlike other canes, I speak with an authentic Mushroom Kingdom accent.
Well, how did the other one speak?
I don't even know. Hello, World 5. And I see Lockfort on the other island. I saw you over there.
Yeah, that could set up for a very interesting World 5 coming up here, depending on where that lock pops up, because that lock is going to be on the cloud section.
Now, here's the thing. Now, the pipe that's on this part of World 5, that could lead them up to the clouds through the tower.
That's the only way you have to get to the tower at this point. And there it is.
It is.
Yep. And
so those other pipes.
Oh, wow. You got to take a long way around. And 5-9!
Gamercal is possibly going to do those fortresses. And I would not blame him. Because I think those may be actually faster. Just a wee bit.
He doesn't know it at this point. He'll find out when he watches the restream again.
He actually would have seen the world layout a bit here when he died, because he was seeing the tower. He would left from the tower.
Yes.
So getting that look in probably is going to be a good key motivator, and just not going no.
It is actually a good decision here. That's why gamercal took the death, so he could see that lock. So he knows the 2 fortresses is going to be a lot faster than what TapatioJ's up to right at this point. And he uses the music block. And we will see what this other fort is. This other fort.
Door 6 fort.
It is door 6 fort, or otherwise known as 3F1.
I don't agree, Pro. I think the decision here was, do I go through all these levels, or do I see if I can shorten it just a little bit by gaining the lock fort? And I think this is the right one.
We're going to see what the difference in time is based on what we see from TapatioJ coming up. He's still in the pyramid level at this point, and gamercal is about to drop through the pipe.
And we have 7-7. Where's the 7-8? I can never remember the difference between 7-7 and 7-8, which one it is. I know where they are on the map, I just... TapatioJ has found 7-4, I believe, though. Yeah, 7-8 is for an alley, 7-7 is Star Road.
So gamercal is building up a lead because of the fact that he dropped through and decided to go take 2 fortresses.
Which was, again, the right play here, because, these are some nasty levels to get in your way.
TapatioJ does get through it. And now we'll have to head here to merge together with gamercal is up to 7-8. And now gamercal, he's going to go to the mushroom house here to get himself a little more on the power-ups, because he's ended up using several power-ups to get through here. He's down to just that fire flower. You want to keep some power-ups just in case you need them moving on here.
And honestly, depending on he probably wants to get the Bowser with that fire flower, because we have no hammer suits in sight. Also, we have fire.
Yes, we do.
1-4 is on fire.
Yes, it is. Nice patience there. gamercal did not make a move. So now he is heading on over to the 5 airship as TapatioJ not too far behind him, but still a 2-stage gap at this point, and has to deal with that hammer bro too.
And we have the World 7 airship over here. Probably the longest one of them, I believe. Also the deadliest.
Look at gamercal, just he is confident on those jumps at this point. He knows where these jumps are. He's comfortable.
Come on, Roy. What do you got for us?
He's got some high jumping action.
Now,
He's also got 4 HP. He's got 4 HP.
Now, how many Koopalings have high jump? Is it just the one?
I believe it's the ones that end up the real high jumps come in the ones that normally have earthquake, I believe. That I think is my understanding. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
I will quote you on it.
I told you not to.
Too late. Cat's breath smells like cat food. And Peach gives us another cloud. They do exist. Now, Tapatio, that hammer could... Oh, that hammer will.
That hammer is going to come into play. Tapatio may just have that lead back, although it's only one stage that gamercal is going to have to do, and it's the beta.
It's a freebie. As Tapatio gets hitboxed.
Well, maybe a freebie, but gamercal opting to go for the power-up there, slowing him down just a little bit.
Tapatio can make this real neck-and-neck again.
Gamercal's going to have just a little bit of a lead, but I think Gamercal still has to deal with the Hammer Bro, but I think it's still going to be something that Tapatio has to deal with.
The hammer finally, the hammer, the true power of the seed, the hammer. Also clouds. Those could come into play real soon too. You know, spend a star to get a star.
Yep, use a star, get a star. There's the hammer used from Tapatio, considering it. And he will use it.
Whew. We're going to have a Lakitu soon. No, wait. This is just the thing that will spin you into the abyss level. Yeah, that's it.
With a cheap sheep just flying by.
Just the skyfish. Tapatio is opting to take this fortress, making sure it's not necessary. And I don't blame him. You don't want to have to go back hunting for the right fortress when you get to the end of the world.
Yeah, but Gamercal is going to follow suit here as well.
Has to wait for that star to fall off. Gamercal is going to have to wait for that thwomp, though.
Yep, upper path for Gamercal, lower path for Tapatio. That boo there prevented Gamercal from being able to do the normal jump over to get past that.
And he'll just be a little bit behind Tapatio, but he will still be in the lead because Tapatio still has to do this level.
And it turns out that fortress does not break open that lock that is on that screen. So what does that fort do? We don't know
yet.
But we will find out soon enough. Hi there, another fort.
At least one more fort in the way. Now, that fort probably built that bridge that he took to get through that pipe. There could still be something blocking off the castle. We don't know yet.
Tapatio is going to follow suit here to Gamercal's plan. And I believe he will go ahead and opt to do this fort as well.
And we have Air Force here. Also one of those levels that makes me a little nervous going through it. Because I'm kind of bad.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with those jumps at all. For me, some of these are leaps of faith, but these runners, they've played this game enough times. They know exactly what it does. We won't know if that is the right fort until Gamercal gets to the other side of this.
And he's going 3-1 first. But at 6-8 here, we have 3-1.
Oh wait, it didn't break open the lock, so it is the right fort.
And Tapatio is going to get a clip here.
Oh, beautiful first try mac and cheese for Tapatio. That's 2 mac and cheese servings for Tapatio tonight. And we will now see both of these runners almost on even footing as we move along here.
Into the World 4 airship.
I have Gamercal trying to use some speed here. Lost it just a little bit here. Trying to use his power up to at least to get him through. He will get through first to Lemmy. 1 HP. 2,
2H2,
3,
3,
4. We got a 5 HP Lemmy.
But he didn't get out of the corner, so it's fine. Tapatio taking a hit. Be careful, please. You don't want up.
Oh, got him! Whoa! Before he went right into the wood.
How do hitboxes work? Someone please explain. I mean, I know this thing, it always bewilders you. It always bewilders you when we're racing this, and I get the clip. Ground beef from Beach. Well, these pipes are laid out. Now, we could have to do both fortresses here, depending on if that one fort that we get through through that pipe breaks that lock, or if it builds a bridge. It all depends on that.
We're gonna go through 3F2 to find out if this builds the bridge or this picks open the lock.
Fortunately, the other fortress is just right next door. Tapatio is going through the coin ship. I think he may have been forced to. Goodbye, Boomer Bros.
And he sees him do the quick kill of the fire flower to go ahead and dispatch of both of those. And here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 for gamercal has finished off this, has a little bit of a lead. Tapatio only picking up a mushroom as a result.
Now, did that break the lock?
It broke the lock, so we gotta do the other fort.
And it is World 5 Fort 1. Bridge Fort.
Ooh, unfortunately, gamercal getting hit by the disco waffles there. Using some patience, using a little bit of strategy to get through there. We'll get to Boom Boom. Tapatio, he's going to do the same maneuver, move over to the left, find out that it does not create the bridge, probably mutter a couple of words that we can't hear due to his muted mic, and now go on to a 5F1 himself.
Rodis always thirsts for blood. Have you ever been into trash forts before? Okay, we're seeing a frog on gamercal's side. I guess he wants to turn that into an actual power-up.
He does by running right into the flames. We'll pick up a fire flower, and we are in Airship 5.
Now, what airships have we seen so far? So we've not seen.
That is something I have not been keeping track of.
Well, I'm pretty sure our runners have been.
I know we've seen 7. I've seen 1.
We've seen 4. I believe we've seen 2.
Looks like 6 is according to what our statisticians in chat are saying.
World 6 is all that's left. So we're going to see Ludwig on flat ground. By the way, World 7 is our last world. And we have a fortress blocking that pipe immediately. Oh, hello, World 7 Fort 2.
What a great place to start. Well, at least gamercal having fire flower right now, that should make things easier. It's the same thing for Tapatio when he gets in here. And oh, both of those are just regulars. They're not fire piranhas, so that is good, at least for that big jump.
Now, I think this is once we're going to come down to World 8 and decision-making in World 8.
It could come down to decision-making in this world.
I mean, usually your decision-making in this is, I gotta do this fortress because it's right here.
It has changed the rule of races before this World 7, so we can't count this world out, especially if you get lost in the maze of pipes.
Ooh, and that does happen. Sometimes it can be a little confusing. Have I been down this pipe? Where does it go? You know, how do you just skip over the piranha level? How do you do that?
Keep holding a button. Don't stop. If you stop, you end up having to take it, I believe.
Ooh, gamercal is already on the right side. We have Fort Knox.
Yes, we do. Of course we do. We had 7F2 to start things off, and there's 7F1. Unfortunately, gamercal without a tail is going to have to go down here, but it looks like Tapatio is going to have the same issue when he gets down there as well.
Oh,
Although he just took the
Tapatio
wrong
going down
pipe.
the wrong pipe.
Yes.
So his choice is between an item or level that he does not know.
So now the next question is, does gamercal use his clouds to get through anything else here? Oh, there's a good hammer once again in the same position as it was in game 1.
I mean, if hammers worked like they did in the group stage flags, that would be a good pickup. But they don't, so...
And there is the use of the cloud there to get past that one stage. He will play this one out. It's a quick stage, and of course, you don't want to take a death in the airship to find out you have to do that stage once again in one. Gets a leaf for his efforts.
And nearly clips into the wall.
He said that he's always wanted to pull off that clip while he's doing his practice runs, does gamercal.
We have World 6 airship, as our statisticians in chat once said. So, what airship to end off on? We barely saw any of it. Hi, Ludwig, you're heavy.
We had to expect this at this point. I don't think we had seen any real earthquakes before this. 4 HP for him. gamercal tried to fly up to the top to grab that wand, but the wand falls on down. World 8 next. gamercal in the lead. If he's able to hold on, he will move on to the semifinals. Tapatio using up his cloud and music box to go right straight to the 6th airship. So Tapatio's not that far behind. World 8 could come into play.
And World 8, once again, can be either very kind or very rude. And that lock blocking off that tank could block off a fortress, which we need to get to Bowser.
Let's get our commands in chat. We've already got a few of them because the gamercal finished off with the Tanuki suit, and Tapatio is going to be finishing off with that Tanuki suit as well. Both of them trying to do it, and they missed.
Well, gamercal entering this fortress. It's World 6 Fort 1.
F1 in World 8.
We could still see World 6 Fort 3 in here as well. I guess World 6 Fort 2 is just taking a vacation. Okay, Tapatio is now entering World 8. Once again, this could very well come down to just decision making. Which pipes do I enter? Which fortresses do I beat? Where do I, if I beat this fortress and I know where Bowser is, do I go check that immediately? That sort of thing.
gamercal checking the pipes, trying to make his way to where the Bowser section is. There's a lock on that screen. And no.
He's checking this out.
To do the tanks.
It's normal tanks.
It's vanilla. There's the path to Bowser, and we do see a bridge that needs to be created. Actually, there's 2 bridges that need to be created, and gamercal is opting to just take the death because this is regular tanks, right?
Regular tanks, yeah. It's not super tanks. Now, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Like I said earlier, we now know that there's a fortress on the first screen blocked by a lock. That could be what's protecting the bridge to Bowser. So we find the last World 6 fortress here.
There it is right there. gamercal is in the Navy. So Tapatio knows the path to get to Bowser. He's going to be checking this after he's done with this fort. gamercal does not know the path to get to Bowser just yet. It does not pop the lock on screen, so there's a possibility.
We don't know yet.
Ooh,
Gamercal's a
Gamercal
little
going down
lost,
the wrong
though.
pipe.
Sometimes World 8 does that to you.
And now time to go see Tapatio trying to find out, is this the path to get to Bowser?
Well, it didn't break that lock.
And Gamercal's stalking him at this point. Gamercal's opting to go, and we get 5F2.
It's not
the bridge
past.
is not built for Tapatio.
Oh, this is probably it then, the one Gamercal's in right now.
And so therefore that lock that of the fort that Gamercal beat broke the lock that gets you to here. This is a chain reaction 8.
And I did call it. I hope, maybe. Is this it? Will this get him to Bowser?
It does not break the lock. He's got it.
This is it?
Bridge.
That was the bridge. Of course, he has to find the right pipe first.
There it is.
He's there.
So Gamercal is possibly just about 70 seconds away from earning a spot in the semifinals. Tapatio, we'll have to see if anything can happen with him. He's got to figure out this really fast as Gamercal gets the clip through. Gets the regular clip, the Nintendo Power clip, I'll call it, because it was always suggested in the Nintendo Power to use that clip.
Gamercal is taking the top half, because, of course. And, we're nearly at the end. Gamercal is entering Bowser's room.
That was the bridge. That 6F1 was the bridge.
Oh!
Gamercal's got to get through this.
Then the
But fireballs here to Bowser. He is down. Gamercal's going on to the semifinals.
Let's see if we can get him in here. As soon as he's through that door. Tapatio is not that far behind either, though.
Gamercal finishing official SRL time 32:48. Will face off against the winner of Human Mustard Classic Gamer in the semifinals. Tapatio now facing off against the Bowser fight right now. There he goes, gets the hitbox there over the right-hand side. Bowser's down. Get your GGs in the chat for both of these runners. What a great quarterfinal match it was. Gamercal will sweep the series 2-0, but this was the series that could have gone either way, Paranoia.
It all came down to decisions in World 8 in both races. Literally, World 8 is what decided both races. And,
we
GG.
have our winner of the match and now semifinalist, Gamercal. GG.
Oh, GG, man. I don't deserve that first one, but I'm surprised the second one was as close as it was, if I'm being honest.
So, there's a couple of things to note here. First of all, we'll talk about the first seed. Atlantis can go to hell. You had issues with Atlantis. Tapatio had some issues with 7-5, and you took the lead, and because of that 7-5, and never looked back.
Oh, I have never seen both Boomerang Bros jump and fire at the same time at the end of Atlantis. I knew the boomerangs would cross in the middle, so I was like, what do I do here? You know, it's like, I couldn't just jump clean over them because they throw the boomerang high enough that would hit me on the full jump up. But I didn't know what I could do. And yeah, just getting a little bit stuck at the edge of it, and it's just like, really? You know, we got to go through that 90-minute thing again. 90-minute. Yeah, I wish it feels like 90 minutes when you play it.
It takes a hot moment.
We also have we also have Tapatio here as well. One other thing I did want to note here real fast. World 8 here in the second seed, you ended up doing 2 extra stages that Tapatio did not do. It turned out 6F1 was the one that gave you the bridge to Bow.
Okay. Yeah, I figured there'd have to be something like that because I hadn't died at all unintentionally that run. I had one, what I thought was really clever, intentional death in the Spiral Tower, like the Paradox Pipe, because I wanted to get a heads up and see what was up there. You know, it's like, where's the lock? Do I need to go do the Blue Fort? And as it turned out, there were 3 stages if you didn't go do the 2 forts, and they were 2 quick forts, so it worked out really well. Other than that, the intentional death on the regular tanks, my C2 was like amazing. So
yeah, and I'll tell you what, that actually is what gave you the lead in this second seed, was deciding to take the death on the transition space, on the transitional room there, to see what the lock was, then opting to do the 2, because that gave you a 2-stage lead over Tapatio, which you pretty much held on for most of the remainder of the game.
Let's see. But no, it also decision making in World 8 played a huge role in this. Just World 8 in general being World 8.
Yep. Also, welcome Tapatio in here. What an amazing set of games between you two. You two never were super far back. Like, the furthest that was back was maybe a couple of stages, as we're just mentioning here. But what a great series. Your thoughts?
I mean, that game, that first race was brutal. 7-5 just tore me up. I was right at the end too, and it just kind of spiraled from there. So I pretty much figured I had lost that race before I even got out of World 1. It took me 9 minutes to get out of there, so it was just really bad. So I then just kind of wasn't even kind of in the zone at all for the rest of the race, just because I felt like I was so out of it. I was surprised how close it ended up being at the end. But hearing the Atlanta shenanigans and stuff like that, I could kind of see why. And then, that second race, I felt, it was, I was playing pretty well. Obviously, that decision, I knew right when I kind of went through Paradox right there, and I was just like, I'll just play the levels. And then, of course, it was another auto scroll right there. So that was a little unfortunate as far as the levels I had to play addition in World 5. I thought I made the good call in World 8 as far as checking all those pipes. I knew I just had to beat the 1 fort, and it ended up being the second fort that I ended up beating right there. So I was actually I was pretty happy with how I played. Maybe I could have just made some better decisions. Sorry, world navigation.
Yeah. So yeah. Any final thoughts?
Well, it sounds like your World 8 and Seed 2 was better than mine, so that was an interesting one. I don't like multi-pipe World 8s to start with, because it always ends up being Bowser Castle is in the first set, and I get lost in the mire of doing the other stuff, and I just never find it. But, I mean, it kind of, not quite railroaded as such, but it kind of looped back enough, so I worked out where all the pipes were fairly quickly, so that was fine, but clearly, if you just check them all at the start, then yeah, there is something to be said about scaling all the pipes early, but I just don't like taking all the transition time. I feel like that ends up wasting more time on average. So it is what it is. I think the less said about that first seed, the better for everyone involved. So I think we could just move straight on from that. But yeah, GG's, dude. That was wild. Like, I don't think I could have really predicted that we'd get that kind of setup there for the seeds we play. And
And what about you, Tapatio?
Yeah, it's a shame. I wanted to stick around. I was hoping to get through, at least make it to a game 3 there. I was feeling pretty good at how I played that game too. But game 1, I mean, again, I knew I kind of dropped it. I gotta say, my hope kind of coming into the tourney, because everybody's gotten so much better from what it was last year. is I was hoping just to really kind of do well and make it out pools, and hopefully, you know, win a bracket match or something like that. It's unfortunate that my previous match ended up being a forfeit, because I know Fawns would have put on a real good show for you as well. So I'm happy to have made it to the quarterfinals again. I definitely need to maybe step it up a little bit more, it seems like, because everybody got good. It's like, dang, I can't win with the 33-30 on that. Dang, all right, like that hurt. Like I honestly I thought I was good. I felt I was real good, but you know, that's the way it goes. Well played, dude. GG.
Okay.
So, as you're making your exit out of this tournament, Tapatio, is there anything you want to say to the people involved with the randomizer or the people involved with the tournament as you make your exit?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've said that after pretty much any time I've commentated or raced or anything like that. I mean, it's awesome to see how much, you know, as far as like the community really kind of coming together. We got guys like Proer that decide to, you know, put in a lot of time and effort to making sure these things are scheduled and getting commentators and really kind of really being on top of everything. All the rebroadcasters, obviously, you know, the people that are restreaming the stuff. Thank you very much. The commentators, thank you very much for everything, and you know, good luck to all the other racers. You know, I'm looking forward to some good races tonight. We got a triple header on Speed Gaming here, so it should be good.
That's right. Up next, we do have Paradox versus Macobra.
Yeah,
That's coming up in about 25 minutes from now, and the winner of that match will be going on to face off against Mitch Flower Power in the semifinal. gamercal, you'll be facing off against Classic Gamer 88 or Human Mustard. What are your thoughts heading into the semifinal?
All right, so odds are I'm probably going to get wrecked, but the last race I had with Classic, I was only like 20 seconds back, so it's not impossible. But Classic is ridiculously good. He actually wanted to play me in brackets the entire time. We were talking in groups, and it was like, you know, you're one I want to play, and it looks like that might actually happen. I would never expected that, because we'd have to meet in top 4. That seemed ridiculous to get that sort of thing, but here we are. You know, whatever from here, right? It's just more like the second game, less like the first game. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's unbelievable for this. I only found out about this rando from the first tourney that was played. Like, I found out near the end of its lifespan, pretty much. So I was like, oh, I would have totally joined this if I knew about it. And, you know, 1 year later, basically, here we are going through this. It's just ridiculous. Yeah.
And you're somebody who, going into the tournament, thought you were only going to win all 3 matches, especially considering the fact that you were in Mitch Flower Power's group.
Yeah, that was just a hope, was to get like that. I was like, well, if I could just get, you know, not even break even, if I could just get 3 wins out of this, that's more than I could ever have expected with this. But what can I say? It's gotten pretty good.
People definitely know who you are now, gamercal. You've done a great job with this. You've grown so good with this, and you deserve the spot in the semifinals. GG to you. Paranoia, anything you want to...
Just stay tuned. We'll be right back in not too long from now.
So we've got a few extra minutes here before we get off the air here. Once again, we've got Macobra versus Paradox 64 coming up in just a few moments. Do any of you here, Tapatio, gamercal, Paranoia, do you want to make a prediction on who's going to win this match to face off against Mr. Flower Power?
That's a good question.
It's really tough to say, because you would want to say safe money's on Macobra, but Paradox is the one who's put a sub 30 in for the bracket so far. He's the only person who has. So you can see when he's on his game, he is like really on his game. It's unreal. So I don't know. Like, my bracket prediction says Macobra, but I think my bracket prediction also said that Mitch wasn't going to win against Proer, so I'm clearly out. So, you know,
I think it could actually go either way. Just looking at average times and everything,
No.
could just literally go either way. It probably will come down to game 3.
You know, it might be that those World 8 navigations again, kind of coming down to that. That's lost me too many races to count, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that will decide at least, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of these games, I think.
Yeah, for me, I would say Paradox, and I think it's going to go 2 games to 1 type of scenario here. But it's one of those that could go 2 games to 1 the other direction as well. We really don't know. It's going to be a fun match, though, and I hope you guys can stay tuned because that's coming up in about 20 minutes here on Speed Gaming 2 as our triple header of quarterfinals in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament continues. What a fun night this is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when it came to, you know, Friday was the time that we could schedule this for having days off and stuff, it was like, well, I see there's a match at 8 and I see there's a match at 10, so why don't we just slot in here and we just make it a big old night around there?
Yep, and here it is. We're going to have it all here on Speed Gaming 2, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up in just a few moments. Paranoia, you need a break. Go ahead and take a break here. You're going to be joined by Demon Battler coming up on commentary for that next match, so I'll let you go ahead and send us to Game 2, but I'm Adirondack Rick for gamercal and Tapatio. Thank you guys for letting us do commentary for this match. It was a fun match between you two, and gamercal, good luck to you in the semifinals, and Tapatio, good luck to you as you move along, and hopefully see you in some of the weekly races when they start back up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And thanks for letting me join you, Rick.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Stay tuned. Paradox Macobra coming up next. I'm Adirondack Rick saying good day, and Paranoia, send us on to game number 2 of our triple.
And yeah, that's what I will do. Everyone, we will see you in about 19 minutes.